Hey everyone, and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake, and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/talesfromretail, where people who work in retail tell us their best and craziest stories they had while on the job. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. Customer refuses to donate to charity. Demands I give up my pay for it. For clarity, I live in a tiny rural town in Australia. Everyone knows each other, and the local meth addict kind of town. It's completely feral, and I have many a story for that of some other time. I work in a popular dollar store in said small town. I have worked there for nearly a year now, but this store has been there since I was a kid. Every year, they have a charity week, where all the employees collect donations, which are then sent off to a bigger charity, and that store has sponsored at the end of the week. It's quite fun, and I got to dress up. I had to wear a rainbow dash style wig, which all the kids loved. I had a system to asking for donations, to avoid it being awkward. My feral aunt/boss doesn't seem to understand the concept that people who pay with card don't often have spare change on them to give, and had a go at me for the way I did things. But hey, we still raised nearly $850 in that 1 week. So I must have done alright. Anyways, anyone who paid with cash or had a purse or wallet on them, I would ask if they would like to donate and explain to them the charity we were raising for. I can't remember the name, but it was for kids with heart diseases, which caused a lot of people to donate right off the bat. As I was working one day, rainbow wig and all, this young girl goes up to the counter, presumed mum following in tow, eyes on her phone. I'm fine with parents being on their phones. I barely get off mine, so I can relate. But she didn't even look up. Not even as she was turning corners or anything. I walk over behind the counter and scan all the girl's stuff. She was so excited, clearly having just gotten out of school, and had like a diary and some pens. The mum sets her phone down, screen still on messages, then grabs her purse and fishes through it and pulls out a 20. Because she's paying with cash, I ask, "Would you like to donate to charity?" She looked at me like I was a nightcrawler. This was the following exchange. "What? We have a donation box set up. Would you like to donate any loose change you have rattling around?" "Why?" Me, a bit dumbfounded. "Because it's for children with heart conditions. To help them..." See, cutting me off. "Why would I give my hard-earned cash to some random cashier?" It's fine, you don't have to donate, I just ask everyone." The customer giving me a hard glare. "Why don't you donate?" "I already have. We have the option to donate some of our pay to charity, it's just taken off the total when we sign. I gave like $50 with everyone else." "Really? How much? If you really cared, you would have given all your savings, but you're just some dumb kid." Thank God I had a regular who was waiting in line. She shoved her basket forward onto my counter, pushing the woman out of the way, silently giving her the biggest screw you. She just stormed off, and I put her $12 change in the donation box, like I was instructed to do with everyone else. The people in line all just dumped their change from their pockets into the box. I have so many other stories of crazy city people coming to this local shop and just messing up my whole day, but this was probably one of the weirdest experiences. I actually wonder, in all the shouting and arguing, did she remember to actually pick up her change? Because if she didn't, then there's some extra charity money, I guess. "You open in 13 minutes. So this is happening at this exact moment. I'm in the break room, eating breakfast before my shift starts at 10 AM, when the whole mall opens. The assistant manager just came back, looks at me with this weird expression, and tells me there's a lady in the store looking at clothes. AM assistant manager, L lady. "Excuse me, we're not open yet." "Well, it's only 13 minutes left until you open." But we're not open yet." She's just speechless at this moment, and these things never happen here. "It doesn't bother you if I just go around looking?" My assistant manager didn't know what more to say, and just ran back here to tell me. Couple minutes later, my manager comes. She was out smoking. "There's a lady in the store." "I know, assistant manager told me." "She's in the dressing rooms now." Shouldn't we kick her out or something? My manager just looked super confused and puzzled and left. The thing is, our gate is only lifted enough for us to duck under to get into the store, so this lady actually had to bend down to get in here. My shift starts now, just thought this was a funny thing to share. I don't understand, if there was only 30 minutes left, surely she could just walk around outside for 13 minutes until the store actually opened? Is it that hard? You're so pretty. This is a positive story. Yay for a change. So, I work at my local friendly supermarket, and a few months back, I was on closing duty and the store was busy, and as a shift manager, I was being pulled in several places at once. In the midst of me being erratic, I hear a little voice. "Excuse me, ma'am?" In my head, I was like, oh great, another customer that also needs help. I look over, sharply, and there's this little girl, maybe 4 or 5 years old. My brain was like, hold up, and I went, yes love? And she goes, "I love your hair, and you're very pretty." And then she runs back to her father and big sister. I felt so calm after that, made my entire day. Every time her family comes in, she looks for me now, knows my name, and I know hers. Stickers are always given, and she started giving me hugs. Now when I see her, I leave the desk to say hi. I'm thinking when I have some spare income, I'll give her a Barbie doll or something. You know, sometimes guys, I've got to throw in these wholesome stories just to catch you off guard. My first official complaint. This happened a while ago. A customer came up to pay for her items. Customer equals C, and me is me. "Do you take this loyalty card?" "No, sorry." It's always so difficult to find out where you can use these. As I myself have that same loyalty card, and I saw she fiddled with her smartphone while waiting in line, I offered up what I considered helpful advice. They actually have a great app which informs you to which shops in your vicinity accept said loyalty card. The customer just nodded. While she paid, she made a comment on something. I don't remember what, but apparently it was a joke. "Aren't you going to laugh at my joke?" I didn't know it was a joke until she said so, and it definitely wasn't funny. At a loss for words, I just said, "Sorry, I have a weird sense of humor?" She didn't make more out of it and left. 1 hour later, my boss pulls me aside and asks me if I had a bad customer earlier. Apparently, she called the store and asked to talk to the manager after she got home. She claimed I was rude and told her to look up herself where the loyalty card could be used. She also complained to my boss that I didn't laugh at her joke, and that not laughing equaled bad customer service. My boss was understanding and told me that these kinds of customers can't be pleased. But I'll never forget the time a customer called to complain that I didn't laugh at her bad joke. Customer doesn't leave store 30 minutes after closing time and gets in trouble. This was a while back. The supermarket I worked in had just been sold to another company, and this was the first day under the banner of the new owner. We had to get rid of the majority of our stock, which was why nearly all of the items had a 50% discount. As you might imagine, insanity followed. All of our cash registers were open the entire time, and the lines would go through the entire store. People had to wait for about an hour to get their turn. Unfortunately, this also resulted in our store closing late. Around 30 minutes after closing time, I go through the store one more time to get the final few customers to the register. One of the customers was strolling casually through the store, as though it was normal business hours. He had a full cart and was in the process of getting dozens of wine bottles. It was my dad. Boy oh boy, did he get in trouble when I got home. I'm really wondering how he got in trouble when he got home. Did she ground her dad or something? Being a people pleaser has its limits. Don't push them. As someone who considers themselves a people pleaser, I find myself a decent fit for retail. I have an undying need and will to help people, even in situations that I probably shouldn't, and will go out of my way to find answers for people. I'm also considered an incredibly patient person. willing to spend plenty of time on a solution because the satisfaction will be worth it in the end. But, as with anything, it has its limits. A while back, I had a man come in and ask for an item which I had never heard of. I asked him how it worked, how it would be used, but I was still not sure what he needed after suggesting several items that I thought could fit. He proceeded to get impatient with me, and just as I was about to find someone else to help me with the issue, he says, "What is this, your first day?" in the most condescending tone I had ever heard. No, this is not my first day. I just don't know what you're talking about. You can find someone else to talk to because I'm done trying to help you. He proceeded to leave, and I could not have been happier. I know this isn't as dramatic as many other posts, but it was the first time I had stood up for myself and it felt good. Also, it was not even close to my first day. This could be a bad thing. I think the guy has finally broke this person down, and it's the beginnings of a mad woman. She's gonna go to the dark side, I'm telling ya. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like, and if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.